Thank you for taking the time to view the Process-Audits.com partnering proposal. Process-Audits.com is an online resource to assist you in preparing for, participating in, and benefiting from process-based assessments of your management system requirements. The process-based approach to management is one way to improve organizational performance over time. This approach provides a set of guidelines and a systematic approach for applying these guidelines to help direct efforts of organizational improvement. Process-Audits.com provides information and tools designed to help you use the process-based approach to management within your organization. The Process-Audits.com mission: to help others address the challenges to the successful use of a process-based approach for management system improvement, Process-Audits.com will become a valued global partner to help individuals and their organizations improve their performance in a socially responsible manner by providing a well-integrated set of training materials and information processing tools for understanding and adopting a process-based approach to management system audits. Strategic goals for Process-Audits.com. To achieve its mission, the development of Process-Audits.com will focus on 5 strategic goals. The first goal is to provide guidance for implementing a process-based approach to management through the use of an integrated framework of management system principles and practices and related training resources. The second goal is to empower individuals to lead the adoption of the process approach to management by making process-based management resources and information processing tools easily available on a global scale through the use of the Internet. The third goal is to allow organizations with a global presence to more effectively use Process-Audits.com training and information processing tools by providing translations into a wide range of languages. The fourth goal is to develop mutually beneficial partnerships with individuals and organizations interested in using a process-based approach to management in order to better support their related training and information processing needs. The fifth goal is to develop a global community of individuals and organizations dedicated to helping others implement a process-based approach to management system improvement. Review of Process-Audits.com features. Now, let's take a look at some of the features of Process-Audits.com. Process-Audits.com is an internet browser-based application, so there is no special software to install to begin using Process-Audits.com. You can use Process-Audits.com with most modern browsers and a high-speed internet connection. Background information. Let's begin our tour by looking at some of the integrated training resources within Process-Audits.com. Not everyone is familiar with the process-based approach to management and auditing, so Process-Audits.com provides some background information to introduce you to this approach to management. This includes such things as key concepts related to the process approach, and an introduction to the process dimension as one element of an effective management system. There is also an introduction to the concept of process capability, and the 6 levels of capability, which can be used as a guide for improving your business processes. A glossary of terms is provided, and a bibliography of reference sources related to the process approach to management is included. This background information will help you understand the basics of the process approach to management and dig deeper into the topic if you wish. Process-Audits.com Business Process Frameworks. Process-Audits.com uses the concept of a framework to help organize the training materials used to guide process-based management system audits. There are currently 4 frameworks, including a social framework, which provides guidelines for the assessment of business activities related to social responsibility, an audit framework, which guides the organization's process-based audit activities, a management framework, which provides guidelines for establishing and auditing an organization's management processes, and an improvement framework, which provides generic guidelines for improving all business processes. Together, these frameworks provide a comprehensive set of guidelines for structuring your process-based audit program so that it adds value to your business processes in ways which lead to improvement over time. The guidelines in each framework are structured into 3 tiers. The first tier provides a general overview of the framework. The second tier describes business processes related to the framework, and the third tier presents detailed business activities related to each business process. Let's take a look at some of the business processes within each framework. In the social framework, there are 7 categories of business processes. These include community involvement and development, consumer issues, environmental stewardship, fair operating practices, human rights, labor practices, and organizational governance. In the audit framework, there are 20 business processes and 95 related business activities. Together, these processes and activities provide guidelines for conducting process-based audits of any management system requirements. They cover planning, conducting, and follow-up activities related to an audit, such as defining the scope of an audit, selecting the audit team, planning the audit details, conducting interviews, developing audit findings, preparing the audit report, and managing audit records. In the management framework, there are 24 business processes and 156 related business activities. Together, these processes and activities provide guidelines for developing a complete management system for a business of any size. The improvement framework is based on the concept of process capability. Process capability is a measure of how well an organization performs its business processes. There are 6 process capability levels. Each level has goals and generic activities, which can be used to guide an organization through the improvement process for all of its business processes. Together, the 4 frameworks used in Process-Audits.com provide an integrated system of guidelines for managing, auditing, and improving all of the business processes within an organization. Framework process and activity details. As an example, let's take a look at the guidelines for one business process within the management framework. We'll look at the Integrated Enterprise Management Process. To view the details of this process, simply click anywhere within the Integrated Enterprise Management row, located within the list of management framework processes. This will take you to a detailed description of this process, including its purpose, goals, relationship with other business processes, and implementation notes. Scroll to the bottom of this view to see a list of business activities for implementing this process. The first activity in the list is Establish and maintain strategic vision. By clicking this row, you are taken to a detailed description of this activity. This description can be used as a guideline for implementing this activity within your own organization. Process capability levels. As another example, let's take a look at the generic practices within Process Capability Level 2. These are the practices to be followed to manage, plan, and track improvement for any business process. To view the Level 2 generic practices, click on the Level 2 row in the Process Capability Levels list. This will take you to a description of Process Capability Level 2. Scroll down the page to see the Level 2 generic practices. They include such activities as establishing organizational policies, documenting the process, planning the process, and providing adequate resources, among others. Click a generic practice to see its detailed description. By following the generic practice guidelines within each process capability level, you can systematically improve your business processes over time. Auditee business processes. To perform a business process-based audit, one of the first things you need to do is develop a high-level understanding of the auditee's business processes. Process-Audits.com provides the tools to help you with this task. Process-Audits.com organizes the auditee's business processes into 3 levels: technologies, business processes, and business activities. Technologies provide categories in which to arrange the auditee's business processes. Business processes represent a high-level description of an organization's business operations. Business activities are the specific tasks required for each process. In Process-Audits.com, click a technology to see all of its related business processes. Click a process to see a list of all technologies which use this process, and another list of all related business activities. Click an activity to see all processes which use that activity, and the inputs and outcomes for the activity. Click an outcome to see all activities which create that outcome, and a list of all tangible outputs produced as a result of the activity's outcomes. By entering the auditee's business processes into Process-Audits.com, you create a foundation to organize your observations during the audit. The business processes can be easily cross-referenced to information within the 4 management system frameworks by simply selecting related framework information from a list. Another advantage of using Process-Audits.com is the ability to work on gathering audit information interactively. With all audit information stored in a central database and available over the Internet, it's possible to divide up audit tasks between several audit team members, who can then work on their tasks in parallel. Information entered by each team member is immediately available for use by all other team members, regardless of their physical location. As an example of a parallel workflow, you could assign the documentation of certain auditee technologies to different audit team technical experts, who could then work interactively with the auditee's technical experts to quickly define all business processes and activities within the scope of the audit. Then, the lead auditor could develop the audit plan and have it reviewed by the auditee in real time. Auditors could then access the auditee's business process descriptions and audit plan to prepare a schedule of audit activities. All of this work can be done in parallel from any location with a high-speed internet connection. Once entered into Process-Audits.com, all information related to an auditee's business processes is then available for reuse on future audits. Creating your audit system. The flexibility of Process-Audits.com allows it to be used for all process-based audits required by an organization. To help distinguish between different audit programs within an organization, Process-Audits.com organizes audits using 3 levels of detail: audit programs, audit projects, and individual audits. Process-Audits.com is flexible enough to let you define these 3 levels in a way which best meets your audit needs. Audit programs define the audit activities of an organization at the highest level. You may define your audit programs based on the type of audit, such as internal audits, supplier certification audits, third-party audits, or special process qualification audits. Or you may want to manage your audits based on technology, such as engine components, drivetrain, electrical system, and body panels. Audit projects can be defined within each audit program to further organize individual audits. Individual audits can be organized by placing them within audit projects. Creating dashboards. The design of Process-Audits.com is based on reusable components, which makes it possible to recombine the components into a dashboard to address specific audit requirements. For instance, here is a dashboard designed to support an audit of corporate social responsibility. It includes a component from the Social Framework and another component from the Improvement Framework. This dashboard can then be used to communicate the guidelines for this audit project to all corporate managers. By clicking Environmental Stewardship in the dashboard, managers can review related management guidelines. By clicking Prevention of Pollution, they can view related business activities. Thus, managers can access all special audit guidelines on a single web page. Adapting Process-Audits.com for use in the aerospace industry. The components of Process-Audits.com can be adapted for use in specific market segments. Here's an example which shows adaptations to address management system audit and reporting processes used within the aerospace industry. I will use this adaptation to illustrate additional features of Process-Audits.com related to conducting audits. The Audit View. Let's begin by clicking the Arrow Point Special Processes Qualification Audit in the list of audits. This opens a page which provides access to all information related to this audit. This view shows how the extensive cross-referencing between all Process-Audits.com components makes it possible to combine and display related information in a way that is tailored for each audit process and activity. Here, on the Audit View, one has access to the following information: General Audit Information, Related Organizations, Audit Team Members, Audit Evidence, including objective evidence records and all related auditor observations, a number of audit reports, including Process Matrix Reports, Process Effectiveness Assessment Reports, Stage 1 and Stage 2 Audit Reports, Supplemental Audit Reports, and Nonconformity Reports can also be accessed from this page. Using cross-references between audit information. Now, let's look at another example of the relationships between audit information within Process-Audits.com. Let's click on the first nonconformity report in the list of NCRs. This will open a view with access to all information related to this nonconformity report, including NCR general information, cross-reference to the audit, audit type, auditor name, organization, business technology, and business process, with hyperlinks to more detailed information on each of these topics. NCR Findings, with a statement of nonconformity, description of the objective evidence, and NCR classification. Auditee planned actions to address the NCR findings. The auditor's verification of the corrective action. And all supporting information used to generate the NCR, including the associated organization, related auditor observations, associated business activities, and the related management system clauses. At the bottom of the NCR view is an electronic signature system which controls the workflow required to process this NCR, and also records auditor and auditee signatures and dates of completion for each step of the process. Now let's scroll up the NCR view to the list of auditors' observations and click on the first observation. This will open the observation view, which provides access to all information related to this observation. This includes general observation information, cross-reference to the audit, business process, and business activity covered in this observation. Observation findings, including observed concerns, opportunities for improvement, and whether the activity was found to be conforming to all requirements. And additional information related to the observation, including all management system clauses assessed in this observation, any related process effectiveness assessment reports, and any nonconformity reports generated due to the observation's findings. These examples of the cross-referencing between audit information have illustrated how Process-Audits.com can deliver the information required by audit processes and activities in a manner which makes it easy to use in the various audit stages. Audit Management System Requirements. The aerospace industry's audit requirements are based on over 40 quality management system requirements. Together, these requirements define the scope of management practices to be addressed by audit processes and activities. The design of Process-Audits.com makes it easy to use this list of requirements when conducting audit activities. This list of requirements can be considered similar to an audit checklist, but unlike a paper checklist, the audit management system requirements within Process-Audits.com are cross-referenced and linked to all other related audit information. As an example, let's scroll down the list and click Item 21. The Quality Manual is established, maintained, and includes the scope of the quality management system. This will open the detail view for this requirement, with all related audit information available through links found on this page. This is just another example of the extensive cross-referencing and linking between audit information within Process-Audits.com. To see how the list of audit management system requirements is made available for use by other Process-Audits.com components, let's take a look at the Management System Clauses list in the Observation Detail view. In the Observations view, you can use the list of requirements to quickly select those requirements covered by the observation. To do so, click the Link button at the top of the Management System Clauses list. This will open a window from which to choose the management system requirements for this observation. In this example, the requirements list was first filtered by the words Quality Manual to make it easier to find relevant requirements. Then, 4 requirements were selected. Closing the list links these requirements to this observation. Process-Audits.com Language Translations. Process-Audits.com is designed so that its user interface and content can be machine translated from English into over 50 other languages. Although machine translation is not perfect given today's technology, these translations can be used to get the gist of a word or sentence. To perform a translation, select a language from the list of languages at the top of the Process-Audits.com screen. This view shows the Management Framework process descriptions translated to Chinese Traditional. This view shows the Management Framework process descriptions translated to Korean. This completes the quick overview of some of the features of Process-Audits.com. Creating partnerships. I will now discuss my desire to create partnerships with others to further develop the features of Process-Audits.com. As part of its initial deployment strategy, Process-Audits.com will target 7 market segments based on user type. These segments will be integrated with other marketing strategies based on the characteristics of the related market segments. The users within each of these market segments have many common goals related to process-based management. These goals will be addressed by the core features of Process-Audits.com. In addition to their common needs, each market segment has unique needs related to how they integrate Process-Audits.com into their specific business processes and workflows. This list is a brief description of what Process-Audits.com can contribute to a partnership. Provide the strategic mission and goals for Process-Audits.com. Provide guidelines to implement strategic mission and goals. Develop the Process-Audits.com web-based software application. Establish the infrastructure to deploy Process-Audits.com on a local or global scale. Provide editing and style guidelines for materials developed by partners. Coordinate and integrate partner contributions into Process-Audits.com. Develop guidelines and processes to allow mutual benefit for Process-Audits.com and its partners. This list is a brief description of some things that partners could contribute in a partnership with Process-Audits.com. Demonstrate a commitment to the Process-Audits.com strategic mission and goals. Provide leadership within their partnership categories. Contribute to the development of guidelines and content within their areas of expertise, which can be integrated into Process-Audits.com. Contribute resources and support for the development of Process-Audits.com. Define the benefits they would like to achieve from using Process-Audits.com within their partnership category. This slide lists the user groups with unique needs with whom Process-Audits.com seeks to develop lasting, mutually beneficial partnerships. These groups form the 7 market segments for Process-Audits.com's initial release. A guest, those who are just beginning to become aware of process-based management systems. An associate, those who would like to learn more about process-based management systems and related audits. A trainer, those who provide training to others on process-based management systems and audits. A consultant, those who perform process-based audits of other organizations. An enterprise partner, those organizations who adopt Process-Audits.com as an enterprise management system auditing solution. An industry segment leader, those leaders within specific industry segments who use and adapt Process-Audits.com to the needs of a specific industry segment. A sponsor, provides resources to support the development and deployment of Process-Audits.com. I hope this presentation has given you some understanding of the nature of Process-Audits.com and its mission. If you would like to learn more about partnering with Process-Audits.com, take the following 3 steps. Identify your area of interest in the partnership categories listed in the previous slide. Think about what you would like to contribute and gain from your partnership with Process-Audits.com. Contact Larry Simpson, President of Process-Audits.com LLC, to discuss partnering options. To contact Larry by phone, dial 913-544-3171 in the United States, or you can email Larry at larry@process-audits.com. Again, thank you for taking the time to view the Process-Audits.com partnering proposal. I hope to hear from you soon.